Welcome back for step number 4. After we add the depth to our buildings, our next step is going to be to add windows and doors. Adding windows and doors is very similar to creating the height of the buildings. We're going to use the same process. So what we're going to do first is we are going to decide how thick we want our doors and windows to be. We are going to start with creating a door, and we are going to create a door for this building right here. Your thickness of the door can be however thick or thin you would like it to be. That's your preference. And what you're going to do is you are going to create 2 tick marks, for one for either side of your door. After you've made the tick mark for both sides of your door, you're going to take your ruler and you are going to extend those tick marks up just a little bit along your building. They don't need to go all the way to the roof, but they do need to go a little bit up. The next step, just like we do with the roofs of our buildings, is we need to connect the top of the door to our 1 point, okay, or point number 1. So I'm going to take my ruler, I'm going to line up point number 1 with my 2 lines for my door, and your door can either be really, really small or it can be really tall. It's up to you. But whatever height you want your door to be is where you are going to connect those 2 lines with the top of your door. After you have your door drawn, if you have any lines left over, you can go ahead and erase those. And here you have the entrance to your door. If you want to have double doors, all you're gonna have to do is divide this width in half. And you're gonna do the same process as drawing the sides of the doors. You're gonna extend that line up to the top of your door, and there you have 2 doors instead of 1. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to add in some windows to our store. It's the same process as adding a door. First thing we're going to do is to decide how wide we want those windows to be. And we are going to draw in the thickness of the windows. I do recommend drawing the lines for your windows to be pretty long. That way you don't have to worry about not having enough of a line to connect. So these are eventually going to become windows. What I'm going to do is I'm going to line up my ruler with point number 1 and all of my vertical lines. I'm connected mostly with this line on the very right-hand side. And what I'm going to do is I am going to draw in the top of my windows to create their height. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw in the bottom of my windows. Your windows can be as tall or as short as you want them to be, just like the doors for your buildings. And then any extra line you have left over, you can go ahead and you can erase that. So here are some windows for my building. My buildings are a little lopsided. They're more on the right-hand side than the left-hand side of the building. You can see this space is a little bit smaller than this space right here. That's okay. If it's something that's gonna bother you, you can erase it and you can try again. But this is also fine as well. So this is the process for creating doors and windows. It's just like adding in the height of your buildings. Just a couple more steps involved with creating the sides.